Well, I haven't run into any of the candidates. None of the candidates have come to my door that I know of. I haven't shaken the hands of any. I don't even know who they are. Well, there's been no debates for them. If there was a debate, we didn't know, or at least I didn't, and I got my ear to the ground around here. No debates. So I can kind of understand if you don't know what the hell you're doing, don't vote. So, frankly, when it comes to the office of sheriff for my county, I have to admit, I don't know. I mean, I could find out who they are and their names and, basically what they stand for, but that's not really going to give me any information on them. You can read the printed literature. Oh, he stands for this, this, and this. And you read the other, the Republican. He stands for this, this, and this. And then you read the Democrat. He stands for this, this, and this. And they'll be kind of identical. So, well, who? I don't know. And there really isn't much of a way for me to find out. But when it gets to things like, my state representative, when it gets to things like, for Congress and Senate in D.C., and it gets to things like the governor of my state, yeah, those I better know because those are really big and important positions. Even your state house senate and your state house representative, those are important. Those are really those you're going to hear some debates. You're going to hear some differences. You're going to hear candidates all over the place, talking about what they stand for, what they don't stand for, what the differences are. You just got to pay attention. It's the smaller stuff, the county, the city tax collector, county tax, the sheriff. Sometimes it's hard to find out the differences between those candidates. But when it gets to the upper level, you start to the difference. And you really need to educate yourself on those because that's stuff that you can find out pretty easily. What separates the different candidates for those higher offices? That's you can get that stuff online. You can get it in blogs. You can get it from the radio. Look, because I hear them all the time on the radio around here. The different higher level office candidates. Hear them all the time. We've had a couple of governor's race debates. I've watched them. So, I know who I'm going to vote for governor. And I know who I'm going to vote for president. And I know who I'm going to vote for Congress in my district, for my state. And it isn't because they've got an R or a D by their name. It's about their positions. I've listened to what their positions are. If they have a record, I've paid attention to their record, to their governing record. Plain and simple. It doesn't take a whole hell of a lot of time. But let me tell you, don't even tell me that you don't have time. Don't tell me that. Because if you watch an hour of TV a day, you've got time. In order for you to get up to speed on some of these races, it may take an hour or two on a Saturday. One Saturday. I mean, sometimes people will wait in line for a concert ticket or a wrestling event, pro wrestling event, longer than a couple of hours. Hell, if you're going to do that, if you're going to stand in line for concert tickets or some other type of entertainment venue event, bring your phone. You can scroll on your phone and get information. There's no reason not to know. So this whole notion, but if you're ignorant, if you don't know what's going on between the different candidates, don't vote. Because an ignorant vote is worse. It's worse than a non-vote. It really is. An ignorant vote is definitely worse than a non-vote. Well, I know some people are going to probably not agree with me on that one, but hey, here's something for you. WND, WorldNet Daily, is reporting something about because they keep talking. We hear all these ads, these political ads, talking about Romney's going to cut off funding for Planned Parenthood, and Planned Parenthood they give out free mammograms and low-cost mammograms. Oh, really? So in other words, Planned Parenthood is breaking the law? What? Here's the story. And even Obama is claiming this. You know, on behalf of Planned Parenthood. You can't do that. All these women get all these mammograms from Planned Parenthood. So Obama's claim on behalf of Planned Parenthood hits up against reality. And this is a story, a piece by Dave Tombers, Tombers, on WND.com, WorldNet Daily. President Obama took full responsibility for the actions or interactions of Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and her department involving the deaths of 4 Americans in Benghazi, saying, "She works for me, I'm the president, and I'm always responsible." He never gets tired of pulling that crap. I'm a president. They all work for me. Well, okay, fine. They work for you, but Barack, you work for us, the citizenry of the United States. We're your boss. Yet, there are those who are wondering if that same philosophy applies to another government office, the Department of Health and Human Services, which is contradicting the president's claims about Planned Parenthood and mammograms. Again, you bring this up, and you know, yeah, Planned Parenthood does. Well, no, the government says they don't. It does not, yeah. The Department of Health and Human Services, headed by none other than Obama appointee Kathleen Sebelius. Kathleen Sebelius issued a letter back in June that contradicts the parents' I didn't know. Well, this was done back in June, Mr. President. She issued a letter back in June that contradicts your claims today about Planned Parenthood. Kind of like, you know, when Hillary's out there saying, no, it was a terrorist attack. No, it was a terrorist attack. And the president saying, oh, no, it's stupid video. That guy who's in jail, he did it. The riot's because of the video. The video's fault. Now, the president's claim about providing mammograms to millions of women, at least according to Kathleen Sebelius, they are not licensed to perform mammograms anyway. Which means if they are, Planned Parenthood is doing something illegal. And therefore, if they are doing something illegal, by the law, they cannot get federal dollars until they stop doing the illegal thing, prove that they're no longer doing something illegal, and have policies and plans in place to prevent that illegal activity from happening again. That's the law. Now, Casey Mattox, senior counsel with the Americans Defending Freedom, wrote in an article at Town Hall after the debate, President Obama stumbled into accusing one of his campaign's largest benefactors, Planned Parenthood, of serially violating a federal woman's health law designed to protect breast cancer patients by claiming that the abortion giant provides mammograms even though it has no license to do so. Talk about biting the hand that feeds you. Now, Mattox, M-A-T-T-O-X, says he should know in a recent Freedom of Information Act inquiry with the Department of Health and Human Services demanding to know which Planned Parenthood clinics have the appropriate license to perform mammograms, Mattox was told in a June 4, 2012 letter from the department, our search did not find any documents pertinent to your request. Thus, Mattox says, if Planned Parenthood is operating mammogram machines without a license, it's violating federal law. The president's own administration has confirmed that Planned Parenthood has no such licenses. So this feigned Romney war on women, oh, he's going to keep you from getting mammograms, is a red herring. It's a lie. And they know it. Now, what say you now, liberal socialist supporters of Obama? You cannot say that the president didn't know. If he does, what does this guy, if he didn't know that, what does this guy know? What does he know? And if he knows nothing, how the hell is he president? I mean, after all, aren't you the same people that kept saying that Bush was a dummy? Bush doesn't know what he's doing. He's an idiot. He's stupid. He's a good old boy. He's just a cowboy. He doesn't know what he's doing. Obama doesn't either then. Because, he's always out there saying something else, and come to find out, he was wrong. So he doesn't know what he's doing. He knows nothing. It was that Benghazi thing. No, I didn't know they wanted more security. It's my responsibility to know, but I didn't know. Hey, that video? Yeah, video did it. Yeah, I know. The video caused the whole thing. And you got everybody out there, including his Secretary of State, saying, no, it's not the video. It was a terrorist attack in 9/11 on the anniversary. Now he's out there saying, yeah, Romney's going to prevent women from getting mammograms at Planned Parenthood. Well, Planned Parenthood doesn't have any mammogram machines because they don't have the license to operate them. And if they do have them and they are operating them, they're violating federal law, which means all their federal funding gets cut off anyway. So we can only hope that Planned Parenthoods all across the country are actually have mammogram machines and are using them and giving women mammograms. Because if they're breaking federal law and federal statute, that there's no, unless there's an act of Congress, there's no giving them their money. There's no federal funding. It gets cut off. That's the law. I mean, you can't break the law and still get federal dollars. I mean, that's why they implemented the law. So, hey, go ahead. Say that, they'll say what they're going to say. I know. Just trust me on this, folks. President doesn't know what he's doing. Doesn't even know what he's saying half the time. But we're supposed to believe that he's competent. We're supposed to believe that he's the smartest guy that's ever held the job. He's the smartest guy that's ever held that job. Ever. Nobody else on the entire planet is as smart as Barack Hussein Obama. And that Obama is advocating illegal activity from Planned Parenthood. Yeah, that's basically what they're saying. He's advocating illegal activity. Well, come on. What other president has ever condoned in the open illegal activity? Well, last time we've had a president that we know, he got bounced out of office. Why isn't this guy being bounced out of office? Anybody out there really believe that Obama is the perfect guy for the job, that he knows what he's doing? Anybody out there really support and like Obama? Okay, I was just asking the question to see who's really paying attention. We'll be back, folks.